Have you ever stopped to wonder how on earth Wikipedia became the most trusted source for generative AI? I mean, think about it. It's a website that anyone can edit, a project that experts, back in the day, said was absolutely doomed to fail. Well, the answer is this incredible story about structure winning out over creativity. And it holds the key for anyone who wants to be seen and cited in this new age of AI. So let's break down exactly how they pulled it off. Okay, so look at this timeline. It's pretty wild. In 2001, Wikipedia launches, and basically everyone in the know says this will be a chaotic mess. It's not going to work. But then, just 7 years later, by 2008, it's Google's #1 most cited source. And then fast forward to 2022, and it literally forms the knowledge backbone of ChatGPT. Now, this did not happen by accident. It happened because of something that most of us, myself included, completely missed. And this quote right here, it just nails it. Trust isn't given to the loudest voice. It's given to the most verifiable structure. In the world of AI, it doesn't matter who has the flashiest marketing campaign. What matters is who has built the most stable, the most verifiable, and frankly, the most boringly predictable foundation for a machine to read. So here's our game plan. First, we're going to dig into Wikipedia's accidental genius. Then, we'll unpack the logic of what we're calling machine trust. We'll look at why so many brands are practically invisible to AI, how to actually engineer that trust with a blueprint, and finally, what all of this means for the future of identity itself. All right, let's kick things off. Section 1. Wikipedia's accidental genius. How did this completely radical experiment become the gold standard for artificial intelligence? So here's the big reveal. The secret sauce wasn't the wisdom of the crowd. It was the architecture. It had everything to do with its rigid, predictable structure. See, every single article followed the same format. Every claim had to have a citation. Every single thing or entity was defined with crystal clarity. It's that consistency that machines absolutely love. And if you need proof, just look at this number. A mind-blowing 87% of ChatGPT's training data included content from Wikipedia. I mean, think about that. The AI didn't choose the source with the best ads or the most creative story. It chose the most structurally reliable one. Predictability, it turns out, won. So this brings us to a really core concept for this new era, the logic of machine trust. Why do machines care so much about architecture and not about all the creative stuff we've been doing for years? So let's just pause for a second and ask the big question. What is machine trust really? Because it's a term you're going to be hearing a lot more. Well, here's the definition. Machine trust is the confidence an AI needs before it's willing to cite you, to recall you, or to prefer you as a source. And it's not earned with feelings or stories. It's engineered. It's built with precision, with consistency, and with proof you can actually verify. And this slide, right here, this explains everything. For decades, we've been trying to earn human trust. We do it with creativity, emotion, storytelling. But machines, they're playing a completely different game. They grant trust based on structure, on citations, on relentless consistency. Your brand's amazing story might move a person to tears, but it's your data structure that actually moves the machine. And this difference, well, it leads us straight to a huge problem that so many businesses are facing right now. Section 3, why brands are invisible. And it all comes down to the kind of aspirational language that marketing has taught us to use. I want you to think of an AI like the world's strictest, most literal-minded Wikipedia editor. It's looking at your brand and it's asking 3 simple questions. Number 1, can I verify what you're saying? Number 2, are you consistent everywhere I look? And number 3, is your structure so clear that there's zero ambiguity? If the answer to any of those is no, the AI is just going to ignore you. Or it'll hedge with some generic language, or even worse, it'll just make something up. See, Wikipedia absolutely nailed 3 pillars that most brands just don't even think about. First, they have precise definitions. No vague, we empower synergistic solutions nonsense. Second, they have the same structure across millions and millions of pages. And third, every single claim has a verifiable citation. Most brand websites are just full of metaphors and fluffy language, and they fail all 3 of these tests for machine trust. Okay, so that's the problem. How in the world do we fix it? Well, that's what we're getting into now in Section 4, Engineering Trust. This is the blueprint for doing what Wikipedia did by accident, but doing it on purpose. The solution is a 5-layer model, and it's called verification architecture. Think of it as a step-by-step recipe for building an identity that a machine can finally understand and actually trust. Let's walk through each of these layers real quick. Okay, layer 1 is the foundation. It's all about entity clarity. This means defining who you are and what you do in one single, precise sentence. Your vague mission statement just won't cut it. Here's the test. Could an AI quote your definition word for word without needing any other context? If not, it's not clear enough. Next up, layer 2, structural consistency. Right, just like every Wikipedia article kind of looks and feels the same, your content needs a repeatable format. Now, to a creative human, that might sound boring. But to an AI, that repetition signals stability and maturity. It's how you literally teach the machine to recognize and trust your information. Then we've got layer 3, citation network engineering. All this really means is creating a web of links. You link internally to your own core ideas, and you link externally to other authoritative sources. You have to be able to prove what you're saying. And this is so important, because citations are how you dramatically reduce the risk of an AI just making stuff up about your brand. All right, layer 4 is schema-driven identity. Now, this one's a little more technical, but stick with me. It's basically about adding a hidden layer of code to your website that is written specifically for machines. So instead of making an AI guess what your company does, this structured data tells it point blank, this is our name, this is what we sell. It just removes all the guesswork. And finally, we have layer 5, endurance. This is where you bring it all together. You just repeat your core definitions, your frameworks, your ideas across all of your content again and again and again. This constant reinforcement builds a really durable identity in the AI's memory, so to speak. It means your core truth can survive any algorithm update they throw at you. So let's bring it all home in our final section, the future of identity. We are right in the middle of a massive shift, from a world that valued creative ambiguity to a new world that rewards structural authority. So, if you remember anything, remember this. First, AIs reward predictability, not just creativity. Second, being consistent with your structure signals to them that you're stable and trustworthy. And finally, the game has changed. It's no longer just about SEO and ranking on Google. The new goal is what you might call generative engine optimization, or GEO. It's not about ranking in search results. It's about becoming the actual source that an AI trusts enough to cite in its answer. And that brings us to the final question you really have to ask yourself. In this new world where machines are the gatekeepers of information, is your brand built on the solid, verifiable architecture it needs to be remembered, or is it built on the shifting sands of creative language, destined to be forgotten? Really, the choice is yours.